You know, communications during a disaster or emergency doesn't always mean talking to someone, getting a license, putting up an antenna. Sometimes it's simple as listening. Listening is way more important when it gets on ham radio. So today we're going to take a look at something that I think would be handy for folks who don't want to get involved with the whole, two-way radio, transmission, all that stuff. This is the Retekess TR604 portable AM/FM radio. And I'm going to tell you why I think this would make an awesome emergency radio, especially for some folks who are a little bit older in age. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. So I wanted to show you this radio because I actually found this in Walmart of all places, and that's where my link will lead you. I thought it was interesting from an aspect of communications where one doesn't want to transmit. You just want to listen to what's going on. And the most basic form of that would be a simple AM/FM radio. Another cool thing about it is you can use it whenever you want. This can work as an everyday radio as well as a radio in times of emergency. And the cool part is it's got a battery, so you can plug it in or you can use the battery. Now the batteries are 3 D cells, kind of something you don't see anymore. Not a lot of radios out there with D cells in them, but definitely still available everywhere. No problem with that whatsoever. And wow, battery prices have gone up a whole lot lately, just in the last year. But anyway, this will run on a battery. It will also run plugged in. There is a plug that comes with it. So you can do that either way, and you'll have a very nice little system set up for you. The nice part about it is it doesn't require any licensing, any antennas outside, any wires clipped to it, nothing like that at all. It's a simple AM/FM radio. Now, as you know, our AM reception out here in Pahrump, Nevada kind of stinks. I did manage to get a few stations in when I tested this the other day, but not much. So that's unfortunate, but it's just how it is right now. We lost one of the bigger stations in Vegas, one of the bigger AM stations in Vegas. Went to all FM, 101 FM now, and can't get them anymore. But for those of you with a lot of AM stations and a lot of FM stations, we do have some FM talk radio out here. It's a very handy device, and you can get a whole ton of information just listening to what's going on in the news. During an event, during a disaster, whatever, you can get a whole ton of information. So, one of the nice things about it, and I mentioned this in the intro, is it's big, it's easy to operate, not a lot of controls, kind of old-fashioned tuning. So it might be good for folks who are a little bit on in age. You don't have the best vision, very easy to read. If I take my glasses off right here, I can still see all those numbers on it. Perfectly fine. And the speakers are nice and loud as well. We'll demo that when we do the FM test. Speakers are nice and loud, so for somebody who might be a little vision impaired or a little hearing impaired, this makes it an excellent option. It does come with a 3.5 millimeter earphone jack on the side as well. So if you wanted to listen to this kind of privately during an event or disaster or whatever, maybe not panic everybody in the house, maybe not disturb anybody else if you're in a shelter somewhere, very easy to do. Now it's got an 18.9-inch antenna on top, and that is for FM. Your AM will be a ferrite bar right along the top here. Got really nice sound quality, very loud and clear. Got a 3.5-inch speaker. You have a selectable high or low tone on the bottom here. So if you like your highs and your high-pitched stuff, you can do it there. If it's an AM station, a little staticky, maybe you want to tune some of that noise out, you hit it on low. So all in all, very, very easy to operate. Now they do warn, and I'm not really sure why, but they do warn that if you're using this on battery to unplug it. I'm going to show you the plug here in a second. This is the plug that comes with it. I had to go behind and get it. A very simple 2-prong plug with the plug on the inside. So you can use it with that, but they say if you're going to use this with batteries, make sure the AC cable is unplugged from the radio. Very easy to do. You could just unplug it. In other words, don't run it with the batteries in there plugged in all the time. I'm not sure why they say that. I didn't really run into any problems before I read that and went and used it with it plugged in. But just maybe it has some kind of residual charging capability or whatever. Now, one of the nice things about this is it's very smooth tuning. Okay, I'm going to turn it on real quick here. I'm going to put it on FM.
800 radio. Everybody.
Very smooth tuning. Very accurate tuning. We will test it on some FM stations in a minute. So there's not, it's quick tuning. It's very short, quick tuning. So you will have to move it slowly. but it does stop. When you hear a station, you can let go of it, and it's not going to float backwards or forwards like some of the other tuning, the manual tuning that I've had on other older radios. You have nice big large numbers, nice big analog readout, lots of volume adjustment, very easy to operate. And like I said, anybody with poor eyesight, anybody a little bit older, this is something they see and understand. You hand them a Baofeng or, Yaesu or whatever, or you plop a big shortwave radio on here and they're like, what's BFO? What are these filters for? You don't necessarily want that during time of emergency or disaster. You want them to feel more familiar. And you want to feel more familiar if that person happens to be you. So it's definitely a handy little thing. This does use a 100 volt power supply. Allows you to listen all the time without worrying about power issues. If the power does go out, it will keep playing, but just remember to unplug it according to their rules. It does come with an instruction manual, and you can see this radio is so simple to use that this is the instruction manual. There's hardly anything to it, Most of it is don't eat it, don't choke on it, protect your hearing, approved accessories, unauthorized modifications, FCC stuff. But most of it is the radio operation. This is the instructions right here, one page. And you even have pictures here. So it's definitely a handy little thing, I think, for somebody who maybe is getting into prepping and might be a little bit on in years, or maybe have hearing or eye issues. Something like this is really, really nice. So we're going to try it on AM first. And again, I'm going to tell you, there's not much out there on AM. It's not exactly a world of reception out here. It's not the radio. It's the thing. Actually, I probably will be able to get a couple of AM stations in here because it's morning. But it's not the radio. It's just the fact that we don't have any AM stations that we can receive out here. Always kind of wondered about putting in a low-power AM station instead of the low-power FM ones we have here. Anyway, let's try out that first, and then we'll come back and we'll try it on FM. All right, there's another AM station. Actually impressive that we can get AM at all. So for the AM receiver, I'm actually impressed with it. It actually does a pretty good job. Normally, I can't get anything out here on AM. All right, so that was actually impressive. We actually got a couple stations in there that we could actually hear. Normally, especially with all these lights in here, you won't hear much on AM. We used to have an AM 720 out here. It was out of Vegas, but it was 50,000 watts, and it came out here perfectly fine. We're in a bit of a fishbowl out here. See, we're up very high, but we're in a valley with mountains all around us. So even though 50,000 watts sounds like an incredible amount of power, it takes a whole lot to get out here. But when they were running that, we were able to hear it. I haven't tried it at night yet, but I'm sure I could pull in a ton of stations from around the country at night. For it to be able to pull that stuff in daytime, that's actually pretty impressive for an AM radio. So let's tune around now and mess around on the FM part of the band. I want to make sure I don't get music on here. Okay, so we want to tune down out of that. And I do have an FM station that I want to get to. See, it's pulling in a bunch of stations. There we go. So you can see there we go.
Shot putter.
Okay.
Team Belgium.
Now, yes, it's NPR. Sorry, folks. But you see how nice that sounds and how loud.
Down to injury. The team risked disqualification if they didn't field anyone. So
that's pretty loud. Now we're going to do the different tones. I want you to listen to the tones really quick. This is high tone.
She told me she was happy to do it, but she's
and that's low tone. A little more bass.
Summer games next year, Miles.
There's high.
In shot put.
And there's low.
This is not a new career for her. She's sticking.
So as you can see, this definitely can pull in stations. I want to see if we can pick up our local. Yeah, be careful about music.
And I'm thinking, this is a perfect example to distract somebody.
There's some talking there.
What George was describing, the possibility of...
But you can see it does pull in a ton of stations out here. And that's really impressive, especially for it to be able to get anything on AM in the daytime. Normally on AM, it's nothing but buzzing and noising and static. So it's really impressive for this to be able to pick up some AM stations here. Now, it is early morning. I don't know, what is it, about 8:30? So it's a little early, but still, for it to be able to do that, it's pretty darn impressive. So that's the radio. It's very simple to use. I will leave a link down below. The link does go to a Walmart site, and I was really shocked to find this on Walmart. I'm pretty much sure it's a third-party seller. It's not like Walmart is stocking these in their store. This was ordered online, and it showed up. They are $29.99, so basically $30. I always hate when they do that. Just tell us it's $30. But they are $29.99, so it's a pretty decent deal. It's a very well-made, sturdily constructed radio, you know. A little bit heavier with the batteries in it. I will show you the battery door and back here real quick. There you go. So 3 D batteries. One of the things I do is I always stock D batteries, even if I don't have something that uses them, because A, I do reviews and I might need them, and B, you never know when you're going to get something during an emergency or disaster, maybe in trade or barter, that uses D batteries, so it's kind of handy to have them. Anyway, that is the Retekess TR604 portable AM/FM radio. You know, I wanted to do a big long review on this, and there really isn't much to do because it just works, and it's a pretty basic radio. So definitely pleased with it. Very happy with the way it works. It's going to be going out on our patio to use when I'm outside there, if I want to just listen to music or whatever. But it is a handy backup emergency radio. Let's see how well it holds up out there. It's a screened-in patio, so we get a lot of heat, we get a lot of wind, a lot of dust. I have to dust this thing off weekly, but we'll see how well it holds up. Anyway, that's the review for today. Don't forget to check the link down below. It will go to Walmart. It is a $30 radio, $29.99. You can check it out down there. Don't forget to check out all our other links. We have our Amazon affiliate store. If there's nothing in the store you like, just click the link. Shop as you normally would. We do appreciate when you do that. Really helps us bring you cool gear. A freeze-dried wholesaler link. Now, guys, we have a lot of stuff back in stock. I know, because I got to go shopping. I've kind of put off my shopping this month until today, the 1st. So I got to check out what they got in stock there. But I have seen that they have a lot of stuff back in stock at Freeze Dry Wholesalers. My link will save you 15%. If you guys are not getting prepared right now, you really need to start thinking about it. Given the world events, given what we're seeing going on in the world, the various conflicts, issues with what we're seeing going on in France now with riots ravaging the country, it's definitely a good time to start stocking up on food so you won't be that person stuck out shopping in the middle of a disaster or, worst case scenario, nuclear war. You definitely want to have some food, water, shelter, get yourself all set up, and they will be able to provide you with everything. He has a very wide variety of food, and it's very high quality. I mean, I get comments on it all the time. You can check my older videos. People are like, that stuff's amazing. So check them out. Freeze Dried Wholesalers, link is down below. My link will save you 15%. You're going to shop online, you're going to just go buy what you want, add it to the cart, go to checkout, you will see my discount there. All you have to do is click the link. There's no codes, there's no nothing. I mean, you could use a code, I think it's Iridium 242, but there's no need to. You just click the link and shop as you normally would. Get to that end, there's my discount. Well, that's our My Patriot Supply link. Definitely check that out. Preparewithiridium.com, preparewithiridium.com. Lots of bulk food options as well as a ton of other stuff. We have 2-week kits, 4-week kits, 3-month kits, tons of survival gear and supplies. Go to that link, click on one of the items, see what you like. You'll be amazed at the deals going on there. And our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store, folks. Don't forget to check out Thrive. Really good, clean food. Those are the 3 companies I use to stock up my food pantry. I trust them, and I really like them. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.